You listening to the PRO Media Network. The next level in entertainment.
Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and who that too.
Postgame report on the PRO Media Network for all things Pelicans.
For all things Pelicans. You're now tuned into the Pelican post-game report on the PRO Media Network. We're in the building, family. Big ups to the Pell family. We in this thing, man. Pelican post-game report in the building. Pelicans, man. Start the season off on the right note, taking down the Rowdy Raptors 113-99, man. Listen. At first, the game, we had a few little hiccups or whatnot, but then the second half came. The Pelicans extended out, man, holding the Raptors down. And listen, 38 points in the third, outscoring them by 16, then suppressing them in the fourth period, by holding them to just 20, their lowest point total of the entire game, 113-99. The Pelicans get this thing. We're going to break it down today. I'm Big Q chiming in with you, and we got my co-host on the line as well. DC, what's happening, brother? How you feeling?
Oh, it's all happening, man. It's going on in the Big Easy, man. You see what it is. The Pelicans doing their thing. We got them playing on Christmas with the Saints. It's a wonderful time to be a New Orleans sports fan. I tell you that.
No doubt about it, my friend. And tonight, man, opening the season up, going to Florida to take on the Raptors, who were relocated there because of the C-19 stuff going on in Canada. But they opened up the season, DC, with a pretty damn good win. The first half was a bit of back and forth, sort of. We kind of gaining ground here. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we put it all together. In the second half effort, but of course, Stan the Man Van Gundy would look at a few of these statistics and kind of look at some things that we need to prove upon. What you think?
Yeah, I definitely think he will, man. But whatever he told him in the locker room in the second half, good grief. I love to hear that damn speech, bro, because I ain't never seen the Pelicans come out and play how they did after playing pretty much mediocre. It was ho-hum the first half, man. So he's definitely gonna get him in line, bro, because I seen a big improvement just coming out of halftime. So they're gonna watch this tape, bro, and they're gonna be no easy game either.
Yeah, looking at it, let's go over some statistics right here. Team statistics coming at you. The Pelicans in this matchup, 42 out of 80. They shot 52.5% from the field today. It's pretty good. Then, of course, the Raptors, 38 out of 89 for 43%. Downtown PELS was 19 of 42 for 45.2%. Raptors were 14 of 46 for 30%. And then, of course, you go to the free throw line. The Pelicans must improve there. They was 10 of 20 for 50% versus the Raptors 9 of 12 for 75%. You're looking at the rebounds, 45 to 35 advantage Pelicans. The assists, 30 to 26 advantage Pelicans as well. Steals, 13 to 10 advantage Pelicans. Blocks, 7 to 5 advantage Pelicans. Turnovers was also ridiculous. 27 turnovers, creating 29 points off the turnovers, 21 from the Raptors, giving up 25 as well. And, of course, the fast break points, 20 to 16 advantage PELS. They did lose the point in the paint battle 36-32 to the Raptors. And also the Raptors did commit 22 fouls versus 17 by the Pelicans in the matchup. And of course, like I said, the Pelicans' largest lead of the game was that 16 points, DC, and they really pushed ahead, like he was astutely mentioning, after the second half, building that 16-point advantage in the third, and then keeping it in that defensive essence into the fourth quarter, suppressing Toronto's offense to 20 points and holding them to 100 for the game.
Yeah, man. I think defense is the key thing that jumped off the page to me, bro. I mean, we looking at that 38-point quarter, but I mean, we held the Raptors under 100 points, Q.
Yeah, I know.
That is crazy. I never thought I'd be saying that prior to I saw what we did in the offseason and getting Stan Van Gundy, bro. But look at this defensive stat column. Just for our starters, you got 3 steals, Brandon Ingram. Steven Adams had 4 steals. Lonzo Ball had 1, but in my opinion, he had a little bit more deflections or something because he was doing all type of stuff. Eric Bledsoe looked amazing on defense, bro. It was just a very complete way of playing basketball, which is something I don't think we used to seeing from the Pelicans. And not only do they still have that potential, and you see that offense, but they're making smarter decisions. I know they had a bunch of turnovers tonight, so it don't seem like it, but I don't think that's gonna last. But they're making smarter decisions, and they're basically playing a full game, bro. And I was impressed with them being able to close this game out because I kept seeing like, damn, are the Raptors gonna try to creep in here? They're gonna cut it down. You know, you're getting that weird period like around 9 minutes in the fourth quarter, and everybody going to run. You know,
Right.
but they kept them off, man, and they stayed strong, bro. It's very encouraging signs. Our team, they look older and more mature, man. They look like veterans out there, man. A lot of these 23-year-old, 22-year-old guys, man, they're wiser and making smart decisions. And they were a little rusty and obviously out of sync. So this is impressive to me to say they weren't firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, like I said, man, they did have some issues, DC, that they have to clean up, and of course, Stan Van gave him a hell of a speaking to. He must have, man, because he lit a fire under these guys. Of course, he's going to point to the free throws. The Pelicans missed half the free throws, 10 of 20 for 50%. That has to improve, obviously. They shot 52% from the field, DC. That's admirable. You look at the three-point, they were 45% DC from downtown. That's admirable. But you look at what really things to improve upon. Of course, you look at the free throws and the turnovers. 27 turnovers is way too many turnovers. And despite that, they still was able to kind of suppress Toronto and forcing them to have 21 turnovers in the matchup. So the Pelicans have to get that number down. They got, and I know Van Gundy's going to focus on that, when practice rolls around again. Looking at the individual statistics for the matchup, Ingram in this one, 37 minutes DC, was 10 of 19 from the field, 3 of 6 from downtown. In this matchup, he finished with 24 points, 11 assists, and 9 rebounds. Almost a triple-double day for BI in this piece. 24 points leading the Pelicans. And also in the starting lineup, Zion Williamson, 15 points, 10 rebounds in the matchup. He had 3 assists and 6 turnovers as the downplay for Zion Williamson in this one. But 30 minutes, 7 of 9 from the field. He was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. He got to clean that up. A 15 and 10 from Zion in the matchup. 18 from Eric Bledsoe in his first one. 34 minutes, 6 of 12 from the field. 4 of 8 from downtown, DC. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He struggled just like Drew Holiday from the line. This is pretty ironic how they style similar. 18 points from him and
crazy,
six assists. Right, same deal. He had 4 turnovers too. And of course, you look at Lonzo Ball in there. Turnovers, we can't get away from it, right? 16 points from Zoe Ball in this one. He had 5 turnovers, 5 rebounds in the matchup as well. Only a couple of assists, but he finished 16 points in 29 minutes, 4 of 9 from the field, 4 of 8 from downtown, 4 of 6 from the free throw line from him. And of course, off the bench from the PELS was a big game from the hot shooting hand of J.J. Redick. 29 minutes, 8 of 14 DC. He lit their asses up. 6 of 11 from downtown. Redick was the man. He finished with 23 points and even had 3 rebounds in the matchup, DC, as well. So Redick was fantastic, man. It was the bench pretty much by itself tonight.
Yeah, man, and I was very impressed with Reddick, obviously, but I was more impressed with Stan Van Gundy and the way that he kind of mixed our lineups up. I thought it was very smart for him to allow Reddick to close, but you also still have Lonzo Ball and I think Eric Bledsoe was in there too. And he kind of cycled in Josh Hart and Steven Adams didn't have a lot of closing minutes. They kind of had Zion doing the center thing and Brandon Ingram playing power forward. I thought that was very smart to do with the matchup that we had, man. And JJ Redick being hot like he was, but man, if he keep playing like this, bro, he gonna get a consistent 29 minutes, bro. I mean, how do you not? You know, it's like every time he let it go from 3-point land, it felt like it was going in. I'm trying to remember the misses, but every time I seen it let go, it's like it went in, bro. And he was also had a lot of motion, moving, and taking guys with him, bro. That was obviously creating opportunities for his teammates too, without him even getting a shot. So just the fear of him shooting was actually helping the offense too. So very impressed with JJ Redick, man. And I'm impressed with a lot of guys, man. Even guys that didn't have great stats. Everybody gave a maximum effort tonight, and this is something we didn't always see from the Pelicans, bro. They're treating every possession like they can win or lose based on that possession, and I like that.
Yeah, it was something special to watch, man, to be honest with you. And you look at some of the things that the Raptors had going. Siakam finished with 20 points in 39 minutes of action, 6 assists, 6 rebounds for them as well. He was their top ace. 18 points from Kyle Lowry, 10 assists from him as well, 18 and 10 through 39 minutes of action for Kyle Lowry. And really, two other, you look at Aaron Baines, the big center, 11 points, 9 rebounds in the matchup today, and the rest of those guys like Boucher and Powell had 12 off the bench. Wasn't enough as the Pelicans did what they had to do to get this win. Really, really good win. DC, before we kind of move on intricately, give me, what was some of the things that really kind of you really liked? 3 things you liked, or 3 players you really liked from this matchup, and what we could basically do to improve going forward, because of course we got the Heat coming up, but I really like what I've seen from several players, man. Give me your 3 and I'm gonna give you my 3.
Okay, I'll go ahead and pick a few unconventional guys. Because I really a lot of guys. There was a lot of guys to like tonight, honestly. Steven Adams, man, is one guy I know a lot of people not gonna talk about. But Steven Adams was out there, man. He was doing all the dirty work, dude. Every time there was a chance for an offensive rebound, I almost felt like he was gonna get it. You know, amazing defensive effort. Man got 4 steals. He's boxing everybody out, allowing his teammates to get rebounds, even though he could have got them. But it was easier for them to get them, letting them build their stats up. Don't care about stats. Completely selfless player. There was times where they would basically run in that zone and guys didn't have a lot of looks and they would leave him open. He took advantage, drove to the hole, show him he could dribble. I even saw him put a little Euro step on somebody, man.
Yeah, I seen that.
Steven Adams had a very impressive game, just from a basketball IQ standpoint and just making the right plays. So that's a guy that kind of stood out to me. Another guy that I liked, when the light came on, man, it was crazy. You kind of mentioned him being like Drew Holiday, was Eric Bledsoe, man.
Right.
Eric Bledsoe went through a period where he was missing some 3-pointers. They was leaving him open. But boy, when he started hitting them, you see he hit 4 out of 8, and all them 4 came in a row. You know what I'm saying? When he got hot and he started hitting them, and Stan Van Gundy actually felt comfortable taking Lonzo out at one point because he was turning the ball over, kind of had Eric Bledsoe man in the point, bro. And other than Brandon Ingram, he got the most minutes on the team, bro. And he was out there holding it together. And not only did he do that on the offensive end, doing a great job, in my opinion, of controlling tempo.
Right.
And he looked real good in the half court, setting the team up, especially when we had nothing going. You kind of trust him with the ball. He wasn't turning it over crazy, even though he had 4. Um, he did a real good job controlling the tempo of the team. And when he didn't have to do that, obviously hitting that open 3, man, and kind of putting pressure on the defense, even when he wasn't hitting the street to attack, allowing them to collapse in the lane and kicking it out. And on defensive end, he was lights out, bro. He was everywhere. I see why this man was on the defensive team, bro, because he was just all over the place, bro. He was being a pest, getting on guys' nerves. He got a block and a steal, but he got way more deflections. And if there was a stat for aggravations, I think he'd have a bunch of those too. And the last guy that impressed me was a guy that it was going bad, bro. It was looking real bad for this guy, Lonzo Ball, bro. Um, the first quarter, first couple of possessions, Lonzo had it going. He looked pretty nice. He got 5 points pretty quick. Then all of a sudden, bro, the way the Raptors were running their defense, I think were confusing the Pelicans a little bit. They were building a wall for Zion, and then Lonzo's trying to do his thing, force passes in there. He had a possession where he had like three back-to-back turnovers. Stan Van Gundy took him out the game. It's almost looking how I did when Alvin Gentry benched him. And I'm like, oh, Lord, what's going to happen? And, man, when he finally did get back in, he was also in foul trouble, too. When Stan Van Gundy took him out. But when he put him back in, man, that dude came back in with purpose. He was playing hard on defense all night. Amazing defender, bro.
Right.
He sent Van Fleet shit out of here, bro. And got another block on somebody. He got one steal, but it felt like he had more than one steal. So obviously he had a bunch of deflections, and he was knocking that three ball down. Q. He's knocking it down, and the highlight of the night for everybody who know and been watching Lonzo Ball, the man got to the line 6 times. For most people, that don't mean nothing. But a player that avoided the free throw line like the plague all year last season and was going and attacking with aggressiveness, got to the line 6 times and hit 4 of them. I'm excited about that, bro.
Yeah, I got to piggyback off of some of those guys, DC, because we're gonna start with Zobal. You're right. He got started early, then he had a little trouble, somewhere midway through, but he finished strong, and you're absolutely right. In 29 minutes, he finished with 16 points, and he did have 5 turnovers, but you got to give him credit. You're absolutely right. He did attack the paint, and that's what we wanted to see more of Zoe do, but he's the difficulties at the free throw line, but he hit him this time, 4 of 6. And you got to attribute a lot of Zobal's game to the fact that, reworking his outside jumper, and you can see more of a confidence in him. And he's a natural born facilitator, but from a defensive standpoint, I've seen a little bit more from him, a little bit more attitude on that side of the field, court from with him. So I can appreciate that from Zoe. Finished with 16, and you're right, he got busy from downtown, hitting 4 of 8. He basically masked exactly and mimicked what Eric Bledsoe did from downtown. Both of them shot 4 of 8 from downtown. I got to give Zoe credit in this game. Also, Steven Adams. Steven Adams, like you say, he was everywhere, bro. I mean, the line, if you look at his line, he played in 31 minutes, DC. They don't run plays for Steven Adams. Whatever he gets, because he's fighting for it, cleaning up the glass, either offensive, defensively, a massive glass cleaner. He finished with 8 points, 8 rebounds. He had 4 steals. He had 3 assists and a couple of blocks. I mean, he added everything. It wasn't a fantastic line like maybe 15, 10, and 10 or something like that. But Steven Adams, man, does what you want a guy like that to do, fighting underneath. And I mean, he's just terrific, man. I love the energy that he brought to the game. And, of course, B.I., man. What can I say about B.I.? B.I. was a guy that did what he was supposed to do in the game. DC, he was finished with 24 points, 11 rebounds, almost triple-double the thing. You know what I'm saying? In many parts, he helped carry the team on his shoulders. And, of course, a little X factor I'm going to throw in there is J.J. Redick, who was just knocking shots down, leaning, DC, feet not set. I mean, it doesn't matter. J.J. Redick leaning to the right, leaning forward, taking a shot, don't matter. His form is perfect. And it's just amazing how J.J. Redick. So if you're Zobal,
and making smart fouls to not allow people to abuse him on defense too. We can't leave that up.
Right.
J.J. Redick used them 4 fouls, man.
Right.
He used them smart too.
Right. And that's the thing about J.J. too, because he has a mark of not being a good defender, but he tries. But that's the thing. He tries. He tries.
He makes it work, man. He makes the right play, and he gives a lot of effort. And you're not gonna abuse JJ Redick because as soon as you think you're about to get him, he gonna set your ass up for a charge. He gonna get a charge on you, please believe me, and get you to second guess what you gonna do. And I like that about him, man. And I see why they say he was probably one of the most highly conditioned players on the team because every time I seen JJ Redick out there tonight, all he did was move, 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 bro.
Move,
Dude
move,
never stand
move. Getting
still.
shots off
He don't
screens,
never stand still.
always in
He
motion.
run about 30 miles a game, bro. It got
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the thing is, he knows that's a major part of his game too. Run around screens, find places, get to the areas of the flow where he can knock that shot down. And then this one, he 23 points. DC, he carried the bench, pretty much was the bench. 8 of 4 from the field, 6 of 11 from downtown in 29 minutes, 23 points. Also had 3 rebounds in the matchup into this thing. So JJ Redick was really awesome. Now, let's go to one guy that wasn't so awesome in this game, DC, Nico Melli. 14 minutes. He was 0 for 4 from downtown. 0 for 3 from downtown, 0 for 4 from the field, and not too much going on with Nico. He had 14 minutes in action, 0 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal in the matchup. But Nico Melli, not so much, bro. And in this game, and of course NAW came in and it was all right. He had 3 points in 4 minutes, not much to talk about right there. And how about your boy Josh Hart, 27 minutes, not much called from Josh. He was 2 of 5 from the field, but 1 of 4 from downtown, 1 of 3 DC from the free throw line. Josh got to clean it up, no doubt he will.
right, right. But still, even though Josh stats didn't look right,
His defense is
just
there.
watching him, man, he did a hell of a job out there tonight. Intense effort. His name fits him, bro. He's definitely the heart of our team, bro. I mean, he's the first guy to dive on the floor, loose balls where you think it's about to go the other way. The guy finds a way to keep the ball in play. Just a very smart, feisty player, bro. His shot wasn't going tonight, and he knew that, so he only took like 5 of them. He missed his free throws, but other than that part of his game, he did damn near everything else right, bro. If he hit his shots and you erase the turnovers, we'd be talking about Josh Hart like we talked about JJ Redick because he was out there. I mean, the man was on Siakam at points in the game, and Siakam
He
was
was
shooting on him and he
he
wasn't
was co- he
scoring.
was covering several people, and he was doing a good job with his energy and effort. That's what I really appreciate about Josh Hart, man. Name is his game.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, bro. But I was disappointed. I was disappointed with Melly, no doubt, bro. He has high potential, man, and it's just like I don't know if he views himself the way other people view him, bro. And when that 3-point shot don't fall for him with about 1 or 2 shots, man, you ain't gonna really get much out of him. He's not a hell of a defender. He's a smart player. We won't do a lot of things to mess the team chemistry up or stall you out, but he's not a great defender. You're not really getting points from him offensively. He's not a facilitator. It's just kind of like he's a guy out there sometimes, just a body. And Stan Van Gundy gave him a lot of minutes, man, but he better be careful with that because uh, when we get Gabriel back, William Gabriel, bro, like I said, he might take his minutes, bro. If he has consistent games like this, and he's not at least that Nicolo Melli we saw, hey, they at least give you about 9 points and 4 rebounds or something, man. I mean, you got 14 minutes, you got 2 rebounds, can't be mad about that. A couple of assists and a steal, so he ain't played horrible per se, but by the standards and what we expect from him, bro, it's pretty terrible. I expect a lot out of Emili. I expect him to be our stretch four, and I ain't see no type of potential of being that tonight.
Well, man, I can't really say anything negative. The turnovers was a bit too much, but I know Stan Van Gundy would get under the control. 27 is a lot, and usually that hurts you in the contest, but the Pelicans were still able to take 20 to absorb 27 turnovers and
Right.
basically turn it into a 14-point win over a very good and well-coached Raptor club, man, and take a 113-99 win over these guys. And I'm just loving what I've seen today. So we're gonna get an opportunity. DC, are you ready to take some calls, my friend?
Oh, no problem, man. Yeah, we take some calls, see what the people had got to say
All
about what they
right.
thought about the
All
game.
right.
That'd be dope.
DC says, he wanted, let's take some calls. So we're going to take a few calls from the family members out there. So we're going to slide a link in the chat. If you want to pop in, you can pop in and speak your game. Express yourself on the Pelican chat. Let us know exactly how you feel about the matchup. Chime in on the show, questions, concerns, comments. Feel free to hit the link and pop up on the show and be heard on the Pelican Post Game Report. But DC, outside of that, man, listen, I'm very enthused about it. When we watched the Pelican preseason games early on, I was enthused, and I thought it'd be a pretty good contest, a good opportunity to see the Pelicans, what they can do against a team like Toronto. We on the road, and of course, we travel to Miami next to take on the Heat, who lost tonight as well. So to the Magic, so we'll get an opportunity to see Jimmy Butler and the staff that they got going on in Miami, and of course, we'll talk about that as well. So it doesn't get easy for you if you're a Pelican a family member. They most certainly didn't make it easy for us. So we're gonna bring DJ into the show. DJ, welcome to the show, bro.
Yo, what's going on, Big Q and DC?
How you doing, bro?
What's up, DJ?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, just a key moment. I'm trying to do my own Pelican post. Not trying to say yours, Big Q, but State of the Pelicans.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to do my own little channel.
Right.
Uh, but from view from all that, uh, why I didn't see Sindarius Thornwell get minutes? Why did what's his name? The shooting guard number 6 that just changed the jersey. I can't get his name out. Come on. The Jackson Hayes, not Jackson Hayes. Come on, can't get his name out. Shit. Can't get his name out. Give me a second, y'all. Shooting guard. Yeah, I didn't see him as well, but not him though. Uh, he just changed his jersey number 6. Yeah,
You
Alexander
talking about
Walker.
you talking about
Alexander.
Nikhil? Nikhil,
Yeah,
Nikhil got in the game, man. I mean,
but
he
he
got a
need
little
more
burn.
minutes. He
He
need
got
more
about
minutes
four
though.
minutes.
He need.
Yeah, but DJ, this game, man, I think Stan Van Gundy, to me, it looked like when you look at the people who got minutes, he went with a lot of guys in the starting lineup and with a lot of veterans, guys he knew he could trust because um we were playing bad, man. We were playing horribly. So they didn't have a lot of stretches where the Pelicans really had a lead or they was looking to maintain it. And I think that's what it's gonna take for Kiera and Nikhil to get more minutes. Maybe even Thornwell too, but he said in the preseason Thornwell got the minutes because of foul trouble and he was saying they had some guys that didn't play, that first game, but Josh Hart was going to get a lot of the minutes, and he stuck true to that because Josh Hart got 27 minutes, and I don't think Thornwell is nowhere as good as Josh Hart, so I'm not trying to. And Josh Hart is already reserved, so I'm not trying to put Thornwell in split minutes with Thornwell and Josh Hart. Uh, I'd have liked to see Nikhil and two a little bit more because I thought he did good when he was out there, but I think it
I
just went
mean,
off the.
besides that one turnover, I mean, the 3 that he made up for the turnover, and it took him out the game. So what? I mean,
Yeah, but
I
that
don't
that
know.
was that was in the second quarter, and the whole thing was ho hum. He wasn't really doing nothing to, you know, put us back in the game. We was trying to get back into the game, bro. So they was going with guys that's a little more talented than him. And then that third quarter, we came out and we balled out. I thought he should have got some more minutes, maybe in the top of the fourth. I think it'd have been good to put him in there. But I think Stan Van Gundy just went with his guys that he knew was going to produce, and based on what he was seeing already in that game, that he was getting something out of, bro. Because Bledsoe was
When
playing
we can
good,
I, when,
Lonzo Ball started playing good. So I mean, where you gonna put any W at? And he giving them guys 30 plus minutes.
my thing is with this whole. I mean, I'm glad we won. I'll take the W any day, but I'm not taking no turnover. And then the free throws. Don't get me started on free throws. It's free throws. Make it damn free throws. I might be cute when the Saints don't run the ball. Run the damn ball. Make your free throws. Like it's free throws, my guy. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's you know what, and that's the point there, DC, because we're looking at the rotation, the bench rotation. Remember that was a major spot of concern for us during the Gentry era. How he would then delegate play time to the guys off the bench. Stan the Man Van Gundy went 5 players deep off the bench. DC. That's a kind of a healthy
Yeah, yeah,
change
he did,
versus
man.
a healthy change versus what we've seen from Elvin Gentry over the years, where he'll go 3 deep, 3 off the bench, and 2 of the bench guys, both Hart and Reddick, were actually in there. Well, Reddick's with his offense, and of course Hart with his defense. Melly even got 14 minutes of action, 6 from Hayes, and then of course NAW 3 points with the 4 minutes that he got. But 5 guys deep in the bench, I expect them to probably dig a little bit further on as we start to get into the season, to see what Hernan Gomez can do, or Kira Lewis Jr. can do. I'm really interested to see what those guys can do as well. It's like we did the roster depth, the depth chart listing, how versatile the Pelicans are as a whole. You got guys that can play a multitude of different positions. So it's refreshing to see that mixture of talent off the bench.
It is, man, and I think it's still more to come. Once they get things going, and I'm really excited. Like I mentioned probably several times about Gabriel, man. I want to see what he can add because I think that second unit may be somewhere that he's actually a fixture,
Right.
and maybe taking the minutes away from Millie and giving you more power forward because he's gonna be a guy that's gonna give you way more defense, and he can hit that 3-point shot
He
too. There's a
can.
little
He
bit of
doesn't get
offense.
he doesn't get credit for that, DC, but he can hit that three.
A lot of people don't know that. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? He didn't do it in that little time where we got introduced to him in a bubble with the Blazers. So, it don't exist. But if you go back and look at him with Sacramento, he was in a lot of threes. So I love to see him add in that rotation, but
You
it'd
gonna
be nice
that's
to have
Nico.
Nikhil and
That's
Kara,
taking
but I mean,
Nico
damn,
minutes.
what you gonna play? You gonna play 12 guys? Like we can't have a 12-man rotation. So NAW is obviously going to get the minutes, and it's going to be Kira's turn when somebody gets hurt. I mean, somebody's going to get hurt. So we definitely going to see Kira maybe when we have a blowout, couple of blowouts, or somebody get hurt. So that'd be interesting to see what he can do. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I'm intrigued by what I saw. I wasn't crazy about how our bench played this game, so I understand what DJ was saying, and I did like NAW off the bench, and I think playing him some more minutes probably would have been beneficial. But Josh Hart and everybody else, they got a little more experience than him, minus Nikolai Melli. Been nice to see less of him, but I mean, who else you gonna play at power forward? We ain't give Willie Hernandez
we
no minutes.
scored
So
we scored 113. You substitute the missed free throws, you looking at around maybe 120, if that, like 118, 120. Like this game shouldn't have been 113. I mean, and like shout out to JJ Redick, coming clutch in the third and fourth quarter, uh, getting his shot together. I mean, because if it wasn't for JJ, we probably would have lost this game. Because I mean, missed free throws, the turnovers. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, even though I didn't see the game, but I mean, I got the Pelican app and I listened to the whole game while it was going on with the little online thing. So, like, I don't know. Maybe the Miami Heat is way much better than this. I would love to see William Gabriel uh, and Darius Stonewall and see what they can do. And I also want to see, and I doubt if they play him, Naja Marshall. I want to see because that could be a solid piece that we need.
well, he was late in kind of getting there, and I know he had a lot of holdups and getting with the team. I don't think we're gonna see a lot of minutes from Nigel Marshall just yet. But Brandon Ingram to me was the guy that if he didn't do what we did, we'd have lost this game. JJ, yeah, he definitely helped a lot, but Brandon Ingram's fingerprints was all over this game. And until he kind of turned it up and kind of played like that superstar he is, man, it was looking bleak for us. And that was that third quarter where he completely went off. I don't remember how much he scored in the third, but I think it's probably about 12 or 13 points or something like that. He started hitting his threes. He started hitting the pull up mid ranges. He started getting assists. He was getting some assists in the first half. He was rebounding all over the place, getting steals, and had a block too. Like Brandon Ingram was the guy that kind of willed us to a win, man, and helped us get that lead. And then defense kind of helped us hold on to it, in my opinion. But you're right, man. JJ Redick did play a hell of a game, though. He was definitely an excellent asset to that. And he was basically the catalyst for that bench unit, bro. I mean, outside of JJ Redick, he really showed up. But outside of him, we didn't get a lot scoring wise from our bench unit. So you hitting a nail on the head as far as that.
Yeah, he was pretty much all the bench, 23 points, and really you
Pretty
had to
much.
combine Hart and NAW combined for 9 points. So Reddit was most certainly everything off the bench for the Pelicans and a key contributor in helping them retain the win, man. But I agree with DC on that fact that the glue guy and that made it all stick together was definitely Ingram, man. He was fantastic, man, in this matchup, man, and he's really stepping that game up, almost a triple double in the first one. So if this is a opening act for what it's going to be with Ingram with the big dough, I'm all in. Let's get it done. Let's get it going. But DJ, we got several other family members on the line. I'm gonna give you one more comment. Brian Pearson, we got Glenius Wright and Donald D behind you. So go ahead and make your last statement, my friend, before we move on.
Man, Big Q and DC, y'all know I'm gonna be the first caller to call in. So, I mean, if not, I'm gonna be the second. So, y'all go ahead, won't bow down, and who that?
Who that?
Appreciate
Won't
you.
bow down to you too.
Thank you, DJ.
All right,
Appreciate you, bro. Peace.
You too.
All right, we're gonna bring in Brian. Brian, welcome to the show, my friend.
How you doing?
How you doing, bro?
Good.
What up, Brian?
It's going to take some baby steps for this team. You know what I mean? This team's a young team, and they got a new coach who's got a new system. You know what I mean? It's going to take some time. I knew they struggled a little bit tonight, but they won this game. A lot of games are going to struggle at night because they're going to play teams that been together a long period of time. You know what I mean? Zion Williams' first year, a first full season, if he stays healthy. Brandon Ingram, he's a player, but you know what I mean? In my opinion, I'm gonna say this. I don't know what you guys think about it. I think we should go out and get James Harden. Not because we need him, just because he can help the younger guys get more focused, get more, play better and teach them a little bit of things because he's a veteran. And then maybe next year get rid of him and trade him.
Nah, I don't want him, brother. I ain't seen James Harden teach nobody shit.
Well, I want
James
some
Harden.
player to come in here.
James Harden. Go ahead.
Well, what do you think about somebody coming in here helping these guys out? Some of these guys are young. These rookies are young. Bring somebody in to help them out to get them their full potential where they can play better and do multiple things on the court. A lot of these guys are going to be good.
I think that's what we did with Drew Holiday, kind of molding Lonzo Ball a little bit, and Nikhil and JJ Redick, and they brought in Eric Bledsoe as well to help with that, and Steven Adams, which is the biggest piece to help with that with our bigs, because we were really dying for that with our bigs. Derek Favors, I'm sure, was helping a little bit last year, but I think we got everything we need as far as that. James Harden is an excellent talent, and no doubt if you get him, he makes the team better in the short term. But I think in the long term, if you're building for like future success and you're trying to build a team that's going to win for a long time, I think it would be a bad move.
No, what I meant was bring him in for 1 year, like to show, like bring him in 1 year. You showed the other guys like some things. You know what I mean? A veteran comes in here, you learn a little bit, and then next year you move him on. You don't bring him in for 5-6 years. You bring him in for like 1 year or a half a year.
I think if we brought him in, he just be a headache because that dude wants to go to a team that's a contender for a championship now, and we gonna get all the headaches he giving Houston right now. He wouldn't want to be here. He don't want to teach young guys. He wants to go with guys that already know what they're doing, similar to like what LeBron did when he wanted to get all the guys we got now traded. He wants a team that's already contending. So if we did trade for James Harden, which a hypothetical analogy, it would be a headache for us, man. And actually, he probably hold those guys back rather than to teach them something and push them forward.
If Zion Williams stays healthy, Brandon Ingram stays with his team, and we get these young guys that we have better, and they all start coming together as a unit like it did tonight. I think in 5-6 years, you'll be seeing these guys have a championship because Coach K produced Zion Williams. He taught him the right tools they need to play and let him go out there. He let him go out there and do his own thing. That's what he did. He let him go out there and do his own thing, and that's why Zion Williams is a very good player. I understand he got hurt last year, but now this year is the year he's going to prove the critics wrong. That he can go out there and do his thing and be a man on his team, not a leader, but just like a second man on his team that's a leader.
Let me ask you this about that, Brian. Because Harden, even if the Pelicans were interested in Harden, bro, what would you give up to get him? I mean, if you land a guy like Harden, you would have to sacrifice a young piece to get him. He won't come cheap.
I tell you what you can do. It's simple. You give a first round pick, a second round pick, and you give cash money. You give cash money. Done. First and second round pick and cash money, you're done.
Okay. I don't think they're gonna go.
They're gonna try to pry a Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, they won't. Right.
Ingram, Zion. They're gonna down.
I'm not
or
saying
Lonzo Ball,
okay,
Eric Bledsoe, JJ Redick, and they're gonna take all that depth.
Okay. Look at the Sixers. I'm gonna use this example. Okay. Look at the Sixers. They got Joel Embiid and they got the other guy from the Lakers. I forget his name, but
Dwight Howard.
Green. Yeah, Dwight Howard. When Joel Embiid's tired, they sit him down, bring Dwight Howard in. When Zion's tired, they can bring James Harden in to help out, like so Zion can get a little rest. So they have another big guy in there that can do multiple things.
I don't know.
What I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I got what you're going there, Brian. Yeah, Brian, I got where you're going with it, bro. I just don't know if they'll swing for that one, bro. I don't think that will work with them because of Harden coming to New Orleans. That's not what he wants. He wants to go to one of the bigger markets.
I just want somebody to come in here, another person to come in here where Zion, if Zion gets tired, he gets down for a couple minutes, somebody else come in and help him out.
Yeah, I got you. But they got some pretty decent depth, though, behind Zion Williamson. Some good mixes they could throw in there as well. And, I mean, we hadn't seen everybody. There's still a couple of players that are off the bench that we haven't seen tonight. So, like you said yourself, it definitely is a work in progress, but we haven't seen Wenyen Gabriel, and from prior scouting, I know what Wenyen Gabriel can do. He can run the full. He plays 3-4-5. He can shoot. He plays defense. He's tenacious. I mean, he's a great guy to have off the bench. He's a do-it-all, man. The guy's a non-stop motor. Then, of course, you got guys like Hernan Gomez, who's an offensive big, who's 7 feet tall, damn near. He could play the 4, he could play the 5 for you. He can shoot the ball. So I mean, we got people that we haven't seen yet before. So I see the hard thing, but I think that'll be kind of hard to make that work, bro. Because he don't want to come down here, and the Pelicans are not going to surrender any picks into the future or any talent that they have. They got a delicate mix right now. They got Ingram set, they got Zion Williams, and they got pieces around them. And I think they're going to build through the draft into the future to make this team stronger.
I'm not saying get guys in the NBA. I'm saying you can get guys in the D League. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because them guys are not playing right now. They need jobs too.
Yeah, we got quite a few G League guys. I think probably eventually. I don't know what's going on with the G League. I know they're trying to get it fired up or something right there.
We combining teams. I think with was it? Damn, I can't remember.
What is the Atlanta's team?
They was trying to combine us with somebody.
I won't
we
say
only
it's
got two-way players, and I don't know who we got signed to the G League. So we don't even have enough players for a full team. So.
Do you think this team's going to be good enough to make the 8th seed?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm asking you. You know, because like if we lose, Zion's a big guy, and I like the guy, but I like the guy. I want to see him do multiple things. You know what I mean? But like you see it the other night, the Lakers didn't do nothing. The Lakers just got rolled over. They didn't do anything.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's the
them
first
guys
game.
ain't really had no break. It's the
Yeah.
first game. They off for championship. They've been playing a
Hmm.
lot, so they probably gonna
Yeah.
rest a lot of their players. They're not
Right.
really gonna take the season
Yeah.
serious
And another
until
thing
after
is
the
too,
All-Star break.
DC, to add on top of that point that you just said about that is the fact that you have teams that's losing tonight, and usually that's that excitement starting off with the Orlando Magic. They beat the Miami Heat tonight.
I forgot about that.
So, I
Oh,
mean,
damn, so we got to play a pissed off Miami Heat
yes,
team?
you
That ain't
do.
gonna be good.
No, but we
Got
got
that
to
other
take
big
care of
guy with the mustache. I can't think of his name. That big tall guy. I can't think of his name. We signed. I forget his name.
Hernan Gomez.
Yeah, that big guy. Yeah.
Right. So, I mean,
You think he's good?
he is
I
good.
haven't played.
He's good. That's what I'm saying. These guys that the Pelicans have, they are versatile. I mean, like we talked about Winion, he can play 3, 4, and 5 for you. You got Hernan Gomez who can play 4 or 5 for you, and depending on what you're looking to do. So those guys not only add athleticism and in length to what they're doing, they also have an offensive skill set too that can help out. So a guy like if Nico tends to struggle, you can go in a different direction with the bigs, as opposed to what we used to be. We had kind of one-dimensional bigs that couldn't really help us out very much. But these are versatile guys. So Van Gundy and then the administrators knew what they were doing when they pieced this team together. And the talented part about it is Hernan Gomez and Winion Gabriel and these guys off the bench. They're looking to make a name for themselves. And really, this is this team, in my opinion, is like everybody talking about how stacked the West is. But from the previous year, and people forget about OKC. OKC overachieved to get to the playoffs last year. I mean, they had terrific coaching, and of course, you had Chris Paul that was there. He was healthy for a lot of that to help them, that young team, excel into the playoffs. So, I mean, and really, the year before that year when that happened, I was like, man, really, that's the Pelican spot. But we just didn't have a disciplined team. Imagine if you would have had the guy that was coaching OKC coaching the Pelicans, then they would have achieved a similar success, in my opinion. We had the talent. We had the offensive. We had everything that we needed to be a playoff team, but we had a coach that was perched on top of the team who wasn't respecting the defensive side. His game plan sucked. He was off balance, and it was just totally ridiculous. And I'm glad he's out of here. You got a guy that's more disciplined that'll kind of teach and preach toward that side of the field. To get those guys together. And of course, he's going to be pissed off. I can tell you right now about Stan Van Gundy. He's going to be pissed off about the free throws, the fact that they had half the free throws, and the fact that they committed 27 turnovers in this game. He's going to be harping on that, and you will see a drastic reduction in both of those. You're going to see them had a higher clip at the free throw line, and you're going to also see them not commit as many turnovers. That's a major part of his doctrine, is keeping the turnovers down and hitting the free throws.
Okay.
Right. I definitely agree with the number one words you said was discipline, man. And I think that was the main thing that what this team needs. To be able to establish an identity, it was going to take discipline and maturity. We got the vets. Smart idea with your synopsis of trying to get James Harden, or at least a veteran, to teach these guys something. I think that's the wrong player, but I feel like we got him in the building already. And that's the two things I think that's going to catapult us to be able to at least get the 8 seed. But I'm actually anticipating on what I saw tonight. The Pelicans had 27 turnovers, man. I mean, we shot what was the percentage from the free throw line? We probably shot 50% or something crazy like that.
You was half, 50%.
We shot 50% from the free throw line.
10 or 20.
With 27 turnovers, Zion played probably the worst game we've seen him play. Well, no, I wouldn't say the worst game. He didn't play that bad, but he had a bad game by his high ass standards, and we still beat the Raptors by 14 points.
Oh, the one game I watched last year, he was shooting 4 3-pointers like crazy. I was looking at TV. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that's a part of his game that he was looking to improve upon. Remember when he was sidelined and it wasn't letting him do too much stuff physically, all he said he could do was work on his jump shot. So he started working on his 3-point game, and it really served him well. So I got to give the guy credit, man, the young kid credit. He was doing the best that he could do in frustrating situations. But I tell you what, DC, listen, he was 7 of 9 tonight for 15 points, 10 rebounds, and of course he had 6 turnovers in the matchup. But he was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. So if he'd hit those threes, that would have, if he'd have kind of did what he was supposed to do at the line, that would have put him at 18, which does look a little bit more respectable. 18-10 with Zion Williamson, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to the 15 points. I get what you're saying. But like I said, you expect to see a very aggressive Zion Williamson in the next matchup against the Heat.
Did you see the
Oh
one?
yeah, he's gonna be a little upset about that showing tonight.
Yeah.
And the Heat outside of Bam Adebayo, man, they don't have nobody that can slow down Zion. So if you get Bam out the game or in a little bit of foul trouble, I think it's a wrap for them as far as containing him. Brandon Ingram's game might be a little more difficult because Jimmy Butler
You
is a
don't
hell of
believe in Kelly Olynyk?
Do you? You ain't say that with too much confidence yourself, so.
You don't believe in Miles Leonard? You don't believe in Leonard?
I believe in
Udonis
both of those two guys to
Haslam?
occasionally knock down a three. I believe in Udonis Haslam to get everybody Gatorade on time and give them motivation.
Boy, he's just stealing
That's
money,
what I
isn't he?
believe.
You talk
I
about
don't
the
think he's
NBA's
stealing. I don't
number
think he's
one
stealing
thief.
money. I don't think
He
he's
don't do
stealing
nothing.
money.
DC, cut it out. Don't try to spin
But
this a positive way.
when you talk to them guys, man, they say he's a major part of that team, and he's basically a coach on the floor. He's a player's coach, so I don't think he necessarily stealing money. I mean, they love him, man, and they want him to be there. And the team saying he's an ingredient in them winning. And you can see they brought him back, so he ain't play. I don't remember seeing him in the damn game last year.
Nah, he don't play no time, man. He just there soaking up checks and washing
It's
towels.
bigger than that, man. That man was there his whole career.
DC, could you not promote Udonis
He
Haslam on the
embodies
Pelican
the
Post
culture.
Game Report?
No, I'm trying to stop you from getting him an extra spot for somebody that can help him, bro. Stop that. Let me talk this dude up so they can keep that spot and make it hard on them to play.
Oh, my
So
bad. You should have told me that's what
Man,
you was
crazy,
planning on
man.
doing,
I
man.
thought you could catch on. I didn't think I had to explain that. Dang, you done blew it all out the water, man.
Next day they gonna cut him tomorrow. Huh? All right, Brian. I'm gonna give you the flow, my friend, for the final question. We got several other family members behind you. Take it away.
Did you guys see one game tonight that was canceled for some reason?
The Houston matchup, was that what you were referencing? Wasn't it Houston got canceled?
I don't know why.
I thought the Thunder said they was gonna forfeit.
I don't know why.
Oh, there's some guys with COVID, so everybody.
They ain't have enough people. I think they ain't have enough people to run the game. Right, and they were saying the NBA was checking out a videotape of Harden. It was something pertaining to him.
You know how we say trust the Peyton?
Yes.
Now we gotta say trust the Stan Van Gundy.
Trust the Gundy.
Trust the Stan Gundy. Trust the Gundy.
Trust the Gundy.
Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you, bro.
To you, brother.
Peace. All right, that's Brian. Let's bring in Glennis. I hope I got the pronouncing that right. Glennis, welcome to the show, fam.
Hey, what's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight?
Doing good, bro. Welcome to the stream.
Brother?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. We got to give credit to Stan Van Gundy. And the reason why I say that is I like the way he runs the offense through Brandon Ingram. That's the way it should have been last year. That's what Gentry didn't do. He didn't run the offense through Brandon Ingram. I mean, we're talking about a 6'10" small forward, point forward. He gets rebounds, play defense, initiate the offense. I mean, he was all over the place tonight. I mean, especially the third and fourth quarter. I thought he took over the game in the third, and he won it in the fourth, and he won the game in the fourth quarter. I really think that the media needs to give this guy more publicity because sometimes it feels like they're always wrapping the talking points all about Zion. I think Brandon Ingram is the best ball player on this team. I think Zion is the second best ball player, but with everything else, Brandon Ingram is the one that's going to take us to the playoffs this year.
Yeah, you're right, brother. Brandon Ingram definitely was all over the place playing amazing. And shoot, Gentry don't look like he ran a lot of offensive sets at all. Like all of them was talking about how free flowing it was, and
Correct.
guys was out there trying to figure out the pecking order. That's what I saw. That was kind of like messed up from day one when they first started playing last season. Nobody knew who was who and where they stood. And that
Correct.
went
They
on
didn't have
for a large
identity.
part of the season. Right, they had no identity, man. We
Correct.
didn't have an offensive identity until about March, and we just basically were a transition fast break team. We just gonna run,
Correct.
you know,
Correct.
and that's good till somebody forces you to slow down and in the later parts of the game in the fourth quarter. Then what you gonna do?
Correct. Correct. And
Mm.
I mean, like watching the game, like I like the way BI controlled the tempo. Like you cannot rush this guy. This guy was
Right.
taking his time. He was basically forcing the Raptors to play to his standards. If you watch the third quarter and the fourth quarter, I mean, it was amazing to watch. 24 points. Most of his points coming in the second half, clutch. Uh, um, 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. I mean, he was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Superstar
Yeah,
tonight.
Yep.
I think
Superstar
we
tonight.
found out who our closer is. Because
Correct.
he definitely played the close of the night, and I think that's the role he needs to stick with the whole season. And he
Correct.
was
That's the
trying to get his
identity.
teammates involved in the beginning of the game, like you were saying, playing
Yep.
point forward, man. I seen him one point in the game, and it's like that light bulb went off. Like what you were saying, I saw him. They took Bledsoe out and they took Lonzo out. They had no
Correct.
point guards out there, and Bi was basically running the point. I was like,
Yep.
oh shit, we really gonna do this? And it was
Correct.
working, man. We got a little bit going when he was doing that. It didn't look all that good because it was still out of sync, but I was just impressed that Stan Van Gundy actually would do that. Like,
Correct.
dang, so BI really running a point right now. Okay, that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
And
he
that
Correct.
looked
kind of
good
built
doing it too.
momentum for that third quarter. Oh, hell yeah, man. He ran a point before. I seen him do it with the Lakers, and he looked pretty good, pretty much similar stats that he had with us, but less points. I don't think he probably put up 24 points, but I seen him almost get triple doubles and 8 and 7 and 9 assist games and all of that. But Bi definitely played amazing tonight, man. And you right about that tempo, man. I think that's the major part I seen look like that grew in this game. He didn't look rushed. He didn't feel like he had to force shots. He took the right shots, made the right plays, and did it in the right moment. So I agree with you, brother. You definitely a student of the game. I see that.
Correct. And I really think that I can't wait to see what's the other power forward name? Is his name
Gabriel.
yeah,
Gable, Wendy Gable, yeah.
I really want to see him in the game more just because Nico Nelly, is that his name?
Nico
That
Melli, yeah.
Yeah, Nikolai Miller.
I,
Yeah.
the situation with him is he lacks defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like his basketball IQ. He doesn't make the proper plays. Plus, he doesn't stay in the paint. He needs to stay in the paint to basically get some more rebounds, offensive rebounds, et cetera, et cetera. I really think that Stan Van Gundy needs to like probably take his minutes down a little bit, and actually get us like an actual power forward, like a guy that's gonna grind, get rebounds, stick defense. Yeah, I understand. Nico Nelly stretches the defense because he can shoot the jump shot, but he hurts us because he doesn't. I don't see the effort there. I don't see enough effort defensively. That's what I don't see,
I,
and that's really
I, I
going to
seen
hurt us.
effort from him. He don't have no ability. That's what I saw. He ain't had no ability. He had effort.
Yeah, you're right. So, but yeah, man, like I said, that was I mean, the game started off rough in the first half, but it wound up swaying off great in the second half. But like I said, we're gonna have to really, really do a little better on the turnover departments. We had 27 turnovers, and playing like that on Christmas is gonna cause us to lose the game. So I think we really gotta work on that. And then Zion, I think Zion The issue with Zion sometimes is sometimes he rushes. Sometimes I think sometimes he needs to slow down and basically allow the game to come to him. He don't have to rush all the time. And that's my issue with Zion. Other than that, I mean, like I said, Stan Van Gundy, guy's a great coach, man. I'm just impressed how he saw the talent in BI and started running the offense through BI. I mean, like now we can actually establish a identity. And that's the most important thing. And that's how we can get to the playoffs. We have to establish identity, knowing what we're going to do during the clutch in the fourth quarter, So, I mean, that's the way I feel right now about the team. Other than that, I mean, I think Pelicans are good enough to make the 6th seed, 7 or 6 seed.
I'm with you on that, bro. I'm definitely with you on that. I think the Pelicans definitely are one of those type of. I mean, listen, keeping the turnovers, that they have everything, bro. I'm gonna just keep it real with you, bro. They have an established superstar, in Ingram, who was an all. And this won't be the end of it either. He stays healthy. He'll have a better year than what he had last year when he won the most valuable player award. You got Zion with unrestricted minutes so he can develop his game. That's a major plus. And, of course, we have the really good effect of having some solid veterans, defensive-minded veterans and offensive-minded veterans as well, with Eric Bledsoe, what he brings there. You got Alonzo Ball. These are young players like Ball, who's, in Josh Hart. These guys are more defensive than offensive, but still getting that together. You got the sharp shooting of Reddit. And I hear you with Nico Melli. He is a bit of a defensive liability at times, and he's kind of made like a stretch forward. He attempts, he tries. That's just, I don't think that's his game. That's why I think Wenyen Gabriel and even Hernan Gomez is here. I mean, I think that's a major part of their game. These are guys that are, even though Hernan Gomez's game is offensive, but he's a really big guy who moves well in the paint. And Gabriel's a scrappy guy. So if Wenyen Gabriel was available to play, I would probably see him get a little bit more minutes, because I think he fits what Van Gundy is attempting to do from a defensive hustle man standpoint. I mean, you're not going to run any plays for Wenyen Gabriel. Everything he gets is going to be just like Steven Adams. He's going to have to hustle to get whatever he's going to get. But, I mean, I love this team. I love how this team is composed. I love the fact that Van Gundy's preaching defense first, ball control, hitting. The fundamentals, man, is what this team, we needed to get this team. And we have everything that it takes to be a playoff team. The only question is, how far do we get?
I agree with you 100%. And, I mean, I was really impressed with Eric Bledsoe. Yes. I was very impressed with him.
Right.
Because I saw when Stan Van Gundy took Lonzo Ball in and he brought Bledsoe in. I mean, the whole game changed. Mm-hmm. I like how the way Eric Bledsoe was able to control the offense in the half court. And that's important. Mm-hmm. Especially when we make the playoffs, we're gonna need players like Eric Bledsoe. So I like how the way he took his time, made plays, made his 3-point shots, got some block shots, got some steals. I mean, he was all over the court defensively. Right. I mean, I thought that was a great trade when we traded away. What's his name? What's the guard name that we traded?
Holiday.
When we traded away Holiday, that was a great pick. That was a fantastic pickup. Fantastic pickup. I actually think he works better with Lonzo. When they're on the court together, I think he works better with Lonzo.
Yeah, he's a strong man, bro. I mean, they nicknamed him Baby LeBron, bro. You won't like Stan Van Gundy said it early in the preseason. You won't punk the Pelicans. I mean, with your strong guard like with Bledsoe running there and with all of, and then the fact that his playoff experience and how he helped Milwaukee get deeper to the playoffs the last several seasons, he was a major piece that helped them get to that level. Because remember, if you think about it, prior to that, they had difficulty getting there. They were able to trade for Bledsoe, and that took them to that next level. So, man, I agree with you, bro. I mean, Bledsoe, he looks good, the defensive acumen, and then, of course, they mirror each other so closely. I was looking at the film on
Yep.
how Bledsoe plays and how Drew Holiday plays. It's the difference is just that he's a bull. He's like a pit bull. DC call him a pit bull. He got a bit of pit bull in him. So I mean that's the great thing, man. Looking at him, but man, listen, Bledsoe is a talent, man, and he's a tough guy. He plays defense with a chip on his shoulder. You won't push him and move him around like he got skates on his feet. And I love that mentality that the Pelicans have. So it's gonna be fun watching them this season.
And the only issue I had with Drew Holiday sometimes, I mean, fantastic guy, great for the community, great ball player. But my issue with him sometimes is sometimes he will ball stop the offense.
Mm.
And that's what I observed last year. Like for instance, some of the offensive sets that we ran, I feel like sometimes he would basically make the offense stagnant a little bit. And I don't see Bledsoe doing that. Bledsoe just basically goes with the flow. Like he's not trying to be the star. He's just basically coming in the game and basically helping the offense and the defense the best way he can. So that's why I feel about Drew Holiday sometimes. I thought he was a ball stopper.
I think a lot of that had to do with David Griffin and the whole thing last summer. Drew, this is your team, and trouting him up as MVP candidate and all this. He seemed to be a little bit out of character to me last year, as opposed to all the other years I watched him as a Pelicans fan. When AD was here and when he had Rondo, he was at his best. When there was a point guard that could kind of run the offense and just kind of let him do his defensive thing and get buckets easy when it was set up for him, and kind of take over and be aggressive when it was needed. But last year it was like he was trying to be the top dog. Brandon Ingram was trying to be the top dog, and we clearly got another alpha dog in Zion that's still a pup. So
Correct.
it was all mixed up, man. And you're right, man. It wasn't. He's a good guy, but for this team, man, I mean, actually him leaving could be a very good thing because it just opens up that more responsibility for a guy like Brandon Ingram, who should have had it to begin with. But with his situation medically and all of that, they didn't know he was going to be what he was, or maybe they did think he was going to be what he was, but thought it would take longer because of his injuries and stuff like that. It was just all over the place, man. But I mean, I feel like the team is obviously a representation of the coach because he's setting the tempo, he's drawing up the system, and we're gonna fall in line based on that. And Alvin Gentry, he doesn't play defense, and he was all offense. We had a team that was top 5 in offense with a free flowing offense and really no rules, no type of structure, not the type of offense that will win you games, but offense that's definitely gonna score points. And that reflected in the team, man, and I put that on the coach, the way Drew was playing, because he didn't establish a hierarchy by picking plays and running certain stuff through certain guys in key moments to let them know. Or maybe he did pick Drew and we didn't know, and Ingram was just kind of like the second guy. So it's on Gentry, man. We had a bunch of talent, and it was damn sure mismanaged and misutilized. But I can tell you about this team right now. And touch on Nicolo Millie one more time. If you can't play defense on this team, you ain't gonna see no minutes.
Correct. I agree.
That's what Stan Van Gundy care about. Who's ever out there, they got to be giving you good defensive minutes, or they not getting on the floor, bro. So Millie, I'm not gonna keep harping on it because I've seen him play good. But if he has multiple games like he had tonight, we're going to be seeing William Gable. All his minutes going to go to him, or Hernandez is going to be coming off the bench and getting in there doing some things because he has a similar game to Millie a little bit, probably more of a post player, but he can occasionally step out and hit that three, preferably in the corner. But I like to see Gabriel, man, and I'm really going to keep eyeing that injury report to see if he's going to be ready on Friday, bro.
Correct. I want to see him.
We
Yeah, we're
gonna
gonna
need
need
him
him.
Friday, man. We gonna need
We
some
really gonna
bodies
need
to
him.
throw at Jimmy buckets. You seen what Tyler Hero was doing. Them people gave us a handful in the preseason, and
Yeah, they did.
they didn't even have Jimmy Butler. He didn't even play.
Nope.
Uh, Dragic didn't play, so it's like, man, this gonna be harder than what
Yep.
we face tonight with the
They
Raptors, and I think this was a good challenge too.
you're right, DC. All of them gonna play. Dragic is gonna play as well as Jimmy buckets. You know, Tyler Hero. All those guys are gonna be ready to play. And you're right. They all gonna be pissed off from the Magic loss, and they're gonna try to stop the Pelicans as they come to town to to beat the Heat. So it'll be a lot stiffer challenge against a well-coached team, as Eric Spoelstra is one of the game's best, in preparation and having his team ready. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Stan Van Gundy, his mindset and scheme against Eric Spoelstra, that's pretty damn good, man. And of course, Stan Van comes from that tree, the Pat Riley tree. That Eric Spoelstra was there as well. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see their philosophies clash.
Yeah. I would love to see Zion and BI run the pick and roll a little bit more. I would love to see that in this next game coming, because when they run that pick and roll between BI, even Lonzo Ball, that thing is unstoppable.
Yeah. I
At
think
the top of the key,
right.
jeez, it's unstoppable, man. They got to run that more until, I mean, especially the game against Miami Heat, because we gonna really need that pick and roll.
Mm-hmm.
We need that pick and pop and pick and roll with Zion and BI and Lonzo Ball. I mean, if we can run that, we can win that game. Because I don't
I
see
definitely
no
think
team
you gonna.
stopping that.
My bad, brother.
No, go
I
ahead,
was
go ahead,
saying
go ahead.
I definitely think you're gonna see a lot more of it, because I don't think Miami's scheme that they're gonna run is gonna be similar to Toronto. In Toronto, you saw what they was doing. They basically said, Zion, you're not beating us.
Yep.
That's
Did.
basically what Toronto said tonight. Every time he got the ball, he came off those dribble handoffs. They had three people right there waiting for him. You know what I'm saying? When we did try to do pick and rolls, they were leading to him. They're not gonna let you, let him roll and lose track of him. They focused heavy on that. But you saw a guy like JJ Redick, what he was able to do. You
Oh
saw
yeah.
how Bledsoe got hot. Lonzo Ball was hitting his threes. Brandon Ingram started shooting it in their face. So the Pelicans are gonna be a team where you're definitely gonna have to pick your poison. And if we knocking down shots like we are, which I think Miami will take note of, and they usually do a pretty good job defending 3-pointers. So I think they're gonna try to follow us more on the perimeter, and we probably will be able to see. We'll probably be able to see more than pick and rolls like you want to see, brother. But go ahead and give us your take on the Pelicans, man. We got to get to this next call. We
All
got
right.
another caller, so
All right.
anything else you want to say before we go ahead and move on?
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. Like the Pelicans' whole entire team, like they look different, man. Like they just look like all the players look like they really, really want to win this year.
Mm-hmm.
I see a different in the I see a big difference in the personality this year. So, like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing the Pelicans make the playoffs this year. And I'm gonna just end it with that. Thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate that.
No doubt, man. Nice to
Appreciate
have
you,
you,
bro.
bro. Come back, man. We had some good tidbits you was dropping in here, like Big Q was saying.
No problem, man. All right, man. Peace out, guys.
Peace out, bro.
All right,
Appreciate it. Thank you, Glennis. I appreciate that. Was a good call right there. Appreciate Glennis chiming
Yeah, I
in,
like
man.
Glennis, man.
All right, let's
Hope he
bring.
becomes a regular.
We got Donald in coming up next, and V Ward. I see you, V.
Oh, here comes Donald, man.
We got you coming up, bro. All right, Donald, you're in the building, bro. Donald,
What's up, Donald?
can you hear me?
No. Oh, yeah. What's going on?
What's good, bro?
Oh, we chilling, baby. How you?
I'm good, man. It was a good win. It was a good win. It was a good team win. It was good on a team win. I like what they did. And we started off a little iffy, but at the end of the day, we came out on top. It was good. Like what we did.
Right.
Stan Van Gundy, I like what it was good. only thing we did terrible was turn the ball over. But I mean, it is what it is with that. We got to make our free throws. That is the only thing that kills. But we got to make our free throws. Simple as that. We didn't even get to the line like that. We just started hitting. Once we started making shots, they couldn't make shots no more. When they started making shots, the game was over after that. They actually went stagnant. So Toronto started making shots at one point in the game. So it came out on top. Came out good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said early on, we kind of
Yeah.
we wasn't looking like we were supposed to be looking. You seen them trying, but then it wasn't until they made those
Yeah.
adjustments in the second half that you
Well,
really
second
seen the
half.
lights turned on, man. I
Yeah.
mean, wow.
Yeah. Second
Like
half.
right. The second half was big.
Second half defensively was outstanding. You gotta give them credit. They went out there and defended like crazy. And I mean, when the last time you saw a team play defense like that in the second half of a game like that? I haven't seen some defenses like that in a long time.
Yes,
So
right.
it's a new beginning, and but you're supposed to play defense. I don't understand if people get outschool people and don't play defense. I don't understand that. Again, the new age in the NBA. Me, I mean, I want to be aggressive. All this three balls, man. You got sons out there jacking up shots. Like, man, y'all crazy. To me, that's a stupid ass basketball. The old way still work, y'all. And nothing wrong being aggressive. Nothing wrong playing defense. And nothing wrong nothing wrong with coaching. And some of these teams out here don't got no coaching. We're fortunate to have one. So, game on top.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point there, man. But that's the league we playing in now. They say offense put asses in the seats
Yeah,
and defense wins championships.
well, hold on. I forgot analytics too. They know more basketball than the other guys.
Yeah,
Analytics is not basketball. It's
I
stacking.
think analytics is a little bit overrated, but I do think they have their place. But
You should
I
a
don't, I
little
don't.
bit.
Some
You
of
should
them
have their
numbers.
place. Oh Lord, oh hell,
Well, I mean, some
man.
some of the
Not
numbers
my
that
one.
they make sense. Donald, like if
Yeah,
you allow a team to get wide open 3 pointers, and
that's
you're the
different.
worst 3 point defending team in the league, I guarantee you your win loss total will be close
Yeah,
to what that is too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So some of those analytics stand up. I think other ones are a little overrated though.
yeah.
Like the not shooting mid ranges. Like where did they get that idea that a mid range is a bad shot?
Mid shots still work. That's a good bet. That's basketball. Good mid
You
shots
take what the
still work.
defense getting you that you can
Take
make.
what the defense gives you. Fuck it. That's not bullshit.
Right.
That's the Houston Rockets. That's what happened to them. They went with the analytics shit. They come on top.
But you see, it did get them a lot of wins, man. I mean, Houston,
They got, what
they,
wins?
they,
What
they
wins?
were better with Chris Paul, who ignored some of them analytics.
Hold on. They brought him a championship.
Nah, you ain't
All
gonna get
right
no
then.
championship with analytics.
No, that's a no go. No go.
They got some win. They got some wins though, Donald, bro.
Hold on.
They went
Yeah,
from losing to winning.
yeah. Well, unfortunately, the guy they top guy is acting like a hoe right now. So I don't want to talk about him. I forgot that guy spent over 300K on honey buns.
He
Coming in
spent how
training
much
camp,
on Honey Buns?
300,000 on honey buns.
God damn, that's a lot of Honey Buns, bro.
That's why I do look out of shape out of weight.
I
30
heard
pounds
people
over there.
saying he accepting titties over titles. That's what
Oh,
people was
that's
tweeting.
exactly that's what it is. That's what it is. That's exactly
Titties
what
over
it is.
titles. So I
These
guess
are
it's Honey
titles.
Buns too, huh?
Yep. And people got me so disgusted, man. Man, being so Rockets, man, got me so disgusted. They didn't condone that shit, man. They started to let that dude do whatever he want. I mean, y'all no good. I can show that man out of shape. I had to giving that man private jets. Man, get out of here, man.
Yeah, but see, we ain't got no players like that on our team, no
Nope.
Donald. You ain't
Nope.
over here, man. We
That's
all
what
hard work
listen,
and
that's what I'm
sweat
saying.
over here, bro.
Hey, man, listen to the calls you and see more James Harden. Man, he crazy. I don't want no James Harden. I don't want no James Harden. What if? All he gonna do is choke. What? What?
Oh,
What?
bro.
What? What? Please tell me what move does he have? What is his go-to move? Please tell me.
Dribble.
You
He
got
gonna
that.
dribble.
You got that
Then
Euro
he gonna
step
go
on your
between his
ass.
legs. Then he gonna step back
Exactly.
and shoot in
What?
your
What
face. Then
else?
he gonna hit you with
What
the
else?
Euro, man.
What else?
And
What
the
else?
Euro. And he
What
got some
else?
hell of a
He
head
got
fake.
moves
Where
now.
that post?
Then he gonna
Where
flop.
that post move at? Where that post move at?
Nah, he ain't got much of a
Nah,
post
he
move,
ain't
bro.
gonna.
Exactly.
He get in there. He
Right.
get in there and be able to get them fouls though. I
Yeah,
gotta get him
No,
that
that's
he'll
not.
respect,
turn you
bro.
into
Of
a
course
He's a
it is.
paratrooper. I know
technician.
that much, Donald. He'll
He
turn
is
you
a
into a
technician
paratrooper.
at getting fouls, man.
Right.
He's a
That's it.
technician. He's
That's
mastered it,
it.
dude.
You flopping.
But that's a hell of a
Flopping on
skill,
people.
though, Dom.
Yeah.
How many players in the league can get the same amount of fouls James Harden can in the game? Or let's say, how many players in the league can shoot as many free throws as James Harden can? I can't act like
That's
it's
his
not a
game.
skill because it ain't pretty.
Hey, great. That's him. That's how he play. At the end of the day, he ain't gonna win championships. I want team
Nah,
ball.
he not going. I don't think that part of his game is bad. I think him jacking up them random ass shots after dribbling all the air out the ball is
That's the
what prevents him
problem.
from winning championships.
No, man. The dude, man. And then he had a perfect coach to do all this shit. Mike D'Antoni. Brought him into all that. He another one.
Right.
Choker. Fuck out of here, man. They want titties over titles. Man, get that clown out of here, man. And then they about to find him what $50,000. Oh, that shit do so. Technically, Shane Big Q.
Just
Basically that was his last game in Houston. They about to get out. They about to get rid of him, buddy.
they
They
can't.
about to get rid of him.
They
They about to.
nobody don't want. I mean, there's
I told him that. I told him that. But they should have took that trade when they got the opportunity. Nah, started getting stuck
Yeah,
with it.
Brooklyn looked pretty good, man,
they're
without
not.
Harden. I don't see why they
They
would want to
Well,
trade with Harden when they can run their
nobody.
second unit
Man,
MVP.
I'll tell you right now, nobody don't want to play with Brooklyn right now. That
But
ain't
look,
gonna show.
Donald,
Uh,
check it out, brother. I want to know what you think about Stan Van Gundy, and then you can give us your closing comments, man. We got some more callers that
oh
we got
yeah,
to take.
it was good. That was good. I like what he did.
You like Stan?
That's still good. I like that. He old school.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I like old school. I like those school coaches.
You got anything else you want to tell the people, bro, before we go and move on to the next call, brother?
Uh, we got what else is good. We're good. We're good. We're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be just fine. We're
Well,
gonna be
that's
just
that's
fine.
that's, that's good to know, bro. We ain't taking titties over titles over here.
Nope. Nope. Yeah, that guy.
Oh man, boy, I tell you, boy, Houston, you got a problem. I'm gonna tell you something. You got a big Houston, you got a big
Man,
ass
what, what,
problem.
what caller there was, Big Q, that was trying to get us to, what my man was who was on here who
You talking
wanted
about
James
Brian?
Harden? Oh, that was Brian. I don't understand
Brian
why he's
liked the
so high on
offensive
James Harden with us.
because Harden can score, and I think he was looking
That's
for
it.
add a score to the mix. That's what he was looking at.
It's kind of hard to
He
score
can
when you're
score.
going to be on the bench because you don't want to play defense because Stan Van Gundy would play that.
Oh yeah. Sure, exactly. You want titties over titles? Good luck. That dude is a disgrace. He got no respect for nobody.
Right,
He got no respect
right.
for the league. Unprofessional. I never thought I never thought that would happen, but we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Move on.
All right, Donald, bro.
How
Glad
about
to
that,
have you,
man?
man. Keep coming
Hey,
back and
look.
checking in with us,
All
bro.
right.
It's going to be an
All right.
exciting long season.
All right. But guy, have a good night, man.
You too, bro.
You too,
Appreciate.
man.
That's Donald, man. We're gonna bring in. Appreciate you, Donald, for chiming in. Big ups to you, bro. And let's bring in Van. Van, what's going on, bro? How you doing tonight?
Doing great, Doc. Doing great, man. Can y'all hear me good?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we hear you, brother.
Oh, okay. Good, man. Big ups to y'all, man. Q and DC, man. I appreciate what y'all doing, man. Y'all making it good for us brothers who couldn't be at home and watch the full game. We still at work and everything.
Really?
So big ups to y'all, though. But
Appreciate you
man,
listening, bro.
I was thoroughly impressed, Doc, today. Even if they would have lost the game, man, I still would have been impressed with them. because it seemed like a whole different team, dude. From top to bottom. It seemed like a whole different team.
Right.
But I kind of seen that with the preseason games. I was already kind of impressed with Zion in the preseason game because it seemed like he wasn't trying to just play bully ball. It seemed like he was actually trying to get his skills up. It seemed like he actually was trying to not just dunk every ball, not just, you know, it seemed like he was actually trying to do some things and get his skills level together and everything. And like one of the other callers said, that like everybody, we know Bi is our superstar. We know that. Just by them paying him, that lets us know he is our superstar. That's just by doing that, man. And so I'm glad to see him doing his thing. Even the rebounding that he did, man. That, I mean, all of that, you could tell that he's trying to heighten his game and everything. You can see that both of them trying to heighten their game and stuff like that. It was good to see some play calling in there, even to be able to adjust. Like, that was one of the things I had problem with Gentry. Like, it seemed like he never could adjust to different things that when different teams changed up stuff, like he never could adjust. And we just didn't seem like a fast-paced team just running up and down the court. We actually looked like a team that was actually running plays, actually doing, you know, setting screens, doing picks. Like, we actually was doing everything that you would see a normal NBA team doing, not just running like a college team or something like that, just running up and down the floor and everything. I was kind of perturbed with the free throws and turnovers, but I think that's gonna get cleaned up quick. I'm not really worried about the free throws and the turnovers too much, because I really think that's gonna get fixed as time go on, because they really haven't had the time to practice. They really haven't had no other preseason games. You know what I'm saying? So I mean I take that into a factor too. With that, I think the bench play, like DC said, like you said, man, the bench play that wasn't good at all. Because I just can't see JJ Redick doing that every game. I can't see him playing like that, coming off the bench every game. So the bench has got to update game and update play big time. But I think the one thing I was looking for in this game that I was trying to pay more close attention to was Alonzo Ball. I wanted to see how he was going to play and everything. I wanted to see how he was going to come out there, because I know he didn't get no extension, but all his partners didn't got extensions and all that all over the league. People he didn't came into the league with and all that, and he didn't get it. And so I'm wondering how he's going to play. And the more I looked at it, it did seem like Bledsoe played better. Like Bledsoe, the fluidity of the game seemed better with Bledsoe in them. And everything. I know he was trying to push the ball up, do tempo. You can see he was trying to push it harder than Bledsoe, but Bledsoe was able to actually walk the ball down, set up a play. You know what I'm saying? He just seemed more natural with it and everything. And because I really think if it keeps going like that, I think Bledsoe gonna end up taking his spot if he don't come be more aggressive, like on scoring and stuff like that. And those types of things, man, because I even was when you listen to the interviews, like all the post game interviews from the preseason games and all that good stuff like that, you see where like JJ Redick has said, he said, I be telling him shoot the fucking ball, you know what I'm saying? They are all telling him to be aggressive, and I think it's because they all know that if you don't play good this year, dude, you ain't gonna come back. They're gonna replace you, dude, if you don't show us something. And so I think they all want him there. That's why they all were saying that. Even Zion mentioned, like, yeah, he's trying to be more aggressive. B.I. said the same. You could tell they're all saying the same thing, for him to shoot more, to be more aggressive offensively. Don't just be passive and just do your defense, but you're gonna have to be able to score a little bit. And so, and I hate that. I'm glad that Bledsoe's there, but what it does, though, it makes you look at Bledsoe, then look at Ball, and then you be like, damn. Now, the other side of it is Bledsoe always been good during the regular season. This probably is playoffs. He looked like garbage in the playoffs. So, yeah, you're going to get a good Bledsoe right now during the season. That's just how he is. During the playoffs, that's when he usually come down, and then you be wondering, okay, well, where was he at and everything. So, but I hope it don't become to a point where looking at Bledsoe and then you're looking at Ball and you comparing them and you looking like, damn, Bledsoe just looks a little bit better. He looks a little bit more polished, and rightfully so because he's been in the league longer and everything. But it's just I really was looking at Ball to kind of see where he was gonna be at because I really think if he doesn't step up this year, he's gonna be gone. They're gonna end up trying to trade him or something, and try to get rid of him before the trade deadline and everything. So that was just some of the things. I'm still at work though, Doc. I'm gonna hang up. Just let y'all talk and everything. But just what y'all think? I think one of my biggest questions was what y'all thought about Lonzo Ball comparing to Bledsoe. All right,
Man, you give us a lot to think and talk about, bro. I appreciate
write my notes
your
down,
sentiments. But hey, one thing I want to disagree with you before you get off the phone, bro. You talking about how Alvin Gentry did adapt, man. He did adjust. He adjusted his classes. He used to adjust his tie all the time, and he adjusted his practices to line up with happy hour so he could get something to drink. What you talking about, man?
He was definitely drinking something, bro. Ain't no doubt about that. I got family members that I know, uncles or whatnot, and they got the same glassy eyes as Elvin Gentry. He was definitely drinking something.
Eyes.
He was definitely drinking something. Ain't no doubt about that.
But it was good to see because they did like crack down on Zion, but you could see he adjusted it. He adjusted and it worked out. Like you could see the change and the change in the play style. You could see what happened. Like it was like almost like an instant change, man. Within 2 or 3 series, you could see they had figured it out just that quick. And so that's the part I really love. Like that's the part I'm really liking about what Stan Van Gundy is bringing and the other coaches are bringing into there and everything. I just really don't believe JJ can do that every night. I don't see JJ putting up that many points every night like that coming off the bench. But I mean, if he can, that's good. But I just don't see that happening. So the benches got to step up. They got to get better and give a little bit more product.
I agree with that
on the court, man. But yeah, man, that was just my little points I had wrote down while I was watching the game. But yeah, man, I'm gonna hang up though, dog, and listen y'all answer the question about Ball and about Bledsoe though.
Thank you,
All right,
appreciate
we got you, brother. Thank you for calling in, man.
All right, well,
So,
V Ward, bro.
bro.
Van, appreciate
right,
you, bro.
man.
Peace.
Later.
All right.
All
But,
right,
man, he
Van
had some
Ward.
good points, man.
Yeah, he
What you
did.
saying,
He did. That's great points, man. And you speak about the Ball situation, and Melanin God is thinking exactly what I was putting out. Big ups to you, Melanin God says. Zoe said he wants to be the most improved player. Basically, he admitting that he needs to work on his offense. He controls his own destiny with the PELS, and I have to agree because remember in previous statements, especially after the season was over, remember what Ingram what Ball was saying, DC, about his comparison, basically comparing himself because he's seeing his people who he came in get paid. He's seen De'Aaron Fox get that big paper. He's seen several other people that was in his draft class get that.
Get the De'Aaron Fox back.
I got you on that. It's a whole different world. You know, De'Aaron is one of the key contributors for his squad, and Lonzo was traded. You know, so I mean, and the thing is, what's awesome about it is that he made the comparison between himself and Ingram. Because remember, last year Ingram was in that state of mind. The Pelicans were, and you astutely mentioned the fact that the Pelicans was basically trying to shield Zion from leadership role by saying the team was Drew Holiday's team, even though it wasn't Drew Holiday. He didn't have that mentality to put the team on his back.
Holiday believed him. You see how he was playing out there,
right? But Bi came here and said, "Listen, I can see this team don't have a clear-cut person to say this is my squad." And Ingram took that challenge upon him, and he was feeling the same way because guys in his class was getting paid. So what Zoe Ball is going through is basically what Ingram went through last year. And remember what Lonzo Ball said about doing that. He wants to be the most improved player this year. So, I mean, what that comes down to is, and I agree with Melanin God's statement, is that he just has to carry on and do what he needs to do. He's worked and the truth about Zoe Ball, man, he's done a terrific job. He reworked that ugly shot that he had. He's shooting the ball with more confidence, and he is improving upon his game. You've seen him attack the paint tonight. He just need to relax, man, and keep doing what he's doing. And he has to, when he gets an opportunity to shoot that goddamn ball. Knock that shot down, man, because that's a major part of his game that also needs a little bit more improvement, because him facilitating and the defensive aspect lift that up as well. But Zoe Ball, in my opinion, we'll see what goes on here. It's in terms of what he is, because DC, they might have a different vision for Alonzo Ball moving ahead. But this team is very versatile, man, and he could, if they need him to play in the pinch at point, he can do that. You've seen Ingram running the point with no point guards in the game. You know, you've seen that occur. So, I mean, this is a versatile team with multiple sets, so you never know what Stan Van Gundy might have a usage for him. But I do agree. There'll be plenty of opportunities for Alonzo Ball this year to, you know, to show the Pelicans that he's worth what he's asking for, monetarily speaking.
This is Lonzo Ball's situation to lose, man. He's got several things working in his favor, in my opinion, and I don't see Brandon Ingram. I mean, not Brandon Ingram. I don't see Eric Bledsoe as a threat to basically take his position, because even if they did get rid of Alonzo Ball, they're still gonna need someone with a similar skill set, or at least that can push the ball in transition. I mean, we go into a league, they keep talking about it with multiple guards, and they mean point guards when they say guards. And they talking about just multiple shooting guards. So you still gonna want to have a guy that can do what he does, which is push that pace, is probably the thing he does the best. And in transition, get those dishes. Eric Bledsoe can do that, but he can't do that nowhere near better than Lonzo Ball. But Lonzo Ball can't set up them half court sets the way Eric Bledsoe can. And Van Gundy knew that. He talked about it and talked about that happening. Eric Bledsoe would run a lot of the half court offensive sets. But to my surprise, during the preseason and even tonight, I seen Lonzo Ball initiating a lot of the action too. But a large majority is running through Brandon Ingram. So we basically got damn near 3-point guards right there in our starting lineup. But I think the things that's working in his favor is the fact that, look, we gave up Andy Davis, we got him, and we got Josh Hart. So we got all those picks too. And I don't think they're just gonna be in a rush to get rid of him. Obviously, he has great chemistry with Brandon Ingram, and those guys are best friends. Him and Zion are becoming good friends. He has amazing chemistry with Zion. He plays good with Josh Hart too, and he pretty much gives a lot of people on our team the ball where they like it. He's a good point guard. He needs more confidence, needs more aggressiveness. Looking at him tonight, I've seen improvements. And at this point, when you're looking at the first game of the season, I mean, the guy's not going to be a finished product
Right.
as far as his
Yeah,
transformation and
right.
what he's becoming.
Yeah, you don't get carried away off of one game, man. I mean, it's just
Right.
it's just one game, and we still got to see what he got to do. But a major mark of what they're talking about with Lonzo's game is his aggressiveness, and that's something that he definitely have to keep doing. And he was aggressive tonight. Keep
He was
doing the shit.
aggressive tonight, man. He
Right,
played
keep
good
doing the
tonight.
shit. And you know, bottom
Eric
line is
Bledsoe
that
played good too.
right. He played, and that's the point. And the aggressiveness is tend to Stan Van Gundy's game. Aggressiveness, get aggressive, attack the damn paint, attack the cup, get to the foul line, convert the foul shots, the free throws into points, and that's how. And that's Stan Van Gundy's mindset. You know, there's no easier shot than the free throw shot, right? Unless you talk about a dunk, but in terms of free, you can't get no easier than that, right? So I mean, the whole thing is
I
with
think
these
a free
players.
throw easier than the dunk, you.
Right.
It don't require
Well,
no
if you're a
effort.
professional, you're supposed to be able to hit your free throws. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we definitely going to clear up on. So, I mean, he just has to keep doing what he's doing, man. But at the end of the day, we'll see whether or not what he is to the Pelicans is worth to the Pelicans when the season ends, man. I mean, that's the bottom line. But he will develop into a talent. Zoball's always been a talent, man. He's always been a solid all around point guard. He had an ugly shot in college, but guess what? That ugly ass shot was going down in college. It wasn't until the pros he came to the pro game and said that his shot is ugly and that it needed to change because it was too slow. So of course he came here and he worked with Freddie V. Freddie V helped him with the shot. He redeveloped the shot and he's comfortable with hitting that shot. So I mean, credit to Lonzo Ball for shaping this game.
Get this, Big Q.
Mm-hmm.
Out of everybody tonight, when you're looking at free throws, other than Powell for the Raptors, Lonzo Ball was the best free throw shooter all night out of everybody.
4 for 6, right?
He was 4 for 6.
Mm-hmm.
The next best person would have been Powell, who was 7 for 8. for the Raptors.
That's
On our team,
that's a
the
good
next
path.
best person would have been Bledsoe, who was 2 for 4. So I mean, he's already showing it. And like I said
Right.
earlier, the dude had um, he had 2 assists. Usually, when I see Lonzo not get assists, that messes up his whole game. He don't want to do anything if he's not getting assists and,
He's
and, and passing that rock.
natural born facilitator. That's a major
Right.
part of his
And
game. You
and
can't
he
take
and
that
he
away
got
from him.
16 points. He got
Right.
16 points tonight, Q,
Right.
with 2 assists. I mean, when you think about the philosophy of somebody like him,
Right.
that means a lot. That
Yeah.
means he's
I'm
being
pass
aggressive and
first.
looking to be a scorer.
Right. He's pass first every. That's how he made his bones in college when he was prior to him getting into college. Fancy passes, no look passes. They give him the rep. At first, it was comparing them to how Magic Johnson used to do his passes, and of course, and then there came the comparisons to Jason Kidd. I mean, but this guy, it's a different path for Zobal, man. You know what I'm saying? But I love his potential and what he can do. I love his size. I love his facilitating nature. I love the fact that he's willing to change aspects of his game to help the team win. And I love the fact that he is looking at Ingram and using Ingram as a template to improve upon his game so he can get the most improved player, so he can ultimately get a respectable contract he sees in his eyes. So I love what Zobal doing. You know what I'm saying? And let's just keep it going. Let's keep it going, because obviously the aggressive nature of what you hearing or you seeing how the Pelicans playing, and that's all in the schooling of the team. That's Van Gundyism. I mean, that's Van Gundy's his mentality is to play aggressive, to play mean, to play disciplined, to play under control. To make as little as many as less miscues as possible and allow the other team to beat themselves. And take advantage of of what you can in games and impose your will on the other team. So, I mean, stopping Toronto and keeping them under 100 points with 27 turnovers that you committed today, when you forced them to commit, 21 turnovers? So at the end of the day, I still really like the lights went on, and I'm just interested to see if we can maintain that level of discipline, that high level of play. Now, we got some tough teams. We got another tough team coming in now. With Miami coming up on Christmas. Let's preview that now, DC, before we shut the stream down. Let's keep it going, man. What do you think about the Pelicans' chances heading up against Jimmy Buckets and the Miami squad, man? They lost to the Orlando Magic tonight, 113-107. Jimmy Butler had 19 points in the game. Their top scorer was Bam Adebayo. He had 25 and 11 in 35 minutes, and off the bench, 20 from Goran Dragic. So, I mean, and then 14, you had Duncan Robinson, had 14 points, 13 from Tyler Hero in the matchup. They still went down to the Orlando Magic team, who was playing pretty good. I was watching some of that, doing a little early scouting on this game. And their top scorer was Fournier. He had 25 points, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown. 20 points from Aaron Gordon, who's stepping up. 15 apiece from Vujasev and Markelle Fultz, who signed his contract. He had 15 apiece in them, and then 19 off the bench from Terrence Ross, who's a guy that always seems to kind of, bring it when you need to. So 113-107, the Heat go down. We go in there early Christmas morning, or I think the game kicks off around 11 or so, to take on this Heat club. What we need to do to win?
First off, we need to not turn the ball over. That's numero uno right there. The turnovers, and then I'm gonna go with the free throws. Those are 2 things we need to drastically improve on before we play the Heat, because I mean you're playing a true team, man. These guys have chemistry. They know each other. They play as a unit. They're gonna play good defense. I don't know if this loss against the Magic is a testament to them not being prepared or having a little bit of jet lag, similar to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? These teams, they were just playing a couple of months ago. They didn't really have a break. Or if it's maybe Orlando's stepping up and getting better. But either way, you're not gonna beat this Heat team like we beat Toronto tonight. I don't think that showing we had tonight would be enough. We're gonna need a decent game from Ingram and Zion. Zion's gonna have to give us a little bit more. Lonzo Ball is gonna have to at least be what he was, and Eric Bledsoe definitely have to show up. Steven Adams got to put the work in. So we're gonna need a full all hands on deck effort to beat the Miami Heat, in my opinion. And I think it starts with discipline of being able to play a full game. That the intensity that we had tonight, I think was good. We're gonna need that, but we're just gonna have to have that same intensity that they had tonight and the ability to control the tempo when they wanted, but with less mistakes. So if we can replicate what we did tonight, maybe we won't have a 38-point third quarter, but we're gonna need a couple of 30-point quarters if we don't have a 38-point quarter. We gonna kind of need to replicate what we did tonight, but just short things up and hit them damn free throws, man. Because we're gonna be a team all season that gets to the line, bro. So this free throw thing, I'm not concerned with the turnovers. I actually figure I figure that that's kind of gonna fix itself from what Stan doing and what I saw.
Right.
But the free throws are a little concerning for me because that's something we've always had a problem with, and we need to rectify that now. If we can do that, we definitely can beat the Miami Heat.
DC, if you would have, if the Pelicans were a 79 to or north of 79% shooting team, you'd have won a lot of games last year. I mean, at the free throw line, the Pelicans got to the line. We just was shitty converting it. I mean,
You think we got to the line as much as we gonna get to the line this year?
No,
I think
absolutely,
on being able to
no,
get to the
no.
line.
I agree with you.
More free throws.
I agree with you. I agree wholeheartedly. We're gonna get there more because you're gonna get an opportunity to see Zion Williamson get there. He's gonna get fouled a lot, and Zion's gonna have to convert a lot of that. Ingram's gonna attack the cup. He's gonna get fouled. He has to knock that down. And that's the aggressive nature of this current rendition of the Pelicans. They're going to attack the cup. They're going to attack the paint. That's the mentality. So as such, we're going to have to shoot that free throw at a higher clip. And I would like to be somewhere in the 80s, if possible, but Stan Van Gundy got a lot to work on because we kind of bucking against history.
Get back to the 70s first, QBQ, before we can work about the 80s. We can't even get in the 70s right now.
I know, bro. That's what I'm saying. The late 79. I mean, it's a lot to ask for, but listen, if you can clean up the turnovers, the free throws is a major part of winning because you're gonna get those games where you're gonna need those free throws. You have an attempt there and you knock down some free throws, it'll decide a close matchup. So that's a big part of really good teams. Good teams hit those free throws in the clutch situations to help extend the game, help win those games. And we have to be able to be a part of that. If we won't be considered a playoff team and trending toward elite teams in this league, you're going to have to do the small things like hit free throws when you get fouled. And you're going to have to cut your turnovers down, and the defense is a major part of it. But we'll see how it all shakes on the back end. But that's a major part of getting up that totem pole, bro.
That is, man. But I think we already have one part of it figured out that neither one of us mentioned in our assessments yet, and that's our defense. If they can play the same level of defense that we played tonight, even though I feel like our defense still could have been better, which is scary. You know what I'm saying? When Steven Adams comes out of the game, I think that's the part we need to work on. We need to work on being better defensively when Adams isn't on the floor. Because when he was out there, we looked like a top 10, top 5 defensive unit, for stretches. And then we would have a few little lapses here and then go back to that. But when Steven Adams sits down, man, we need to figure out what we're going to do defensively because that's when Toronto was putting up the most points, in my opinion. Other than that, it seemed to be a struggle for them.
Well, I mean, your key big off the bench is they ain't played Jackson that much, so we can't really put that on Jackson. He only played 6 minutes in the game.
Well, Jackson was making mistakes defensively. Unlike
right, he's going to do that. Right, but he's going to do that.
Mental lapses tonight. So.
Right, and I expect him to get better, but that was just 6 minutes that he was in there. I mean, that's not enough time for him to fix the wrongs that he did. I mean, he still has to improve, no doubt about it. But obviously, they're looking at, and you're right about Steven Adams. They got to be somebody that's going to have to, do that. So who do you think that is? Is it Jackson? Is it Willie Hearn Gomez? Is it who you think it is?
I think it's maybe figuring out the rotation. Like I told you,
potentially, I think it's Jackson.
Well, you gonna ask me? Let me tell you. You got Jackson. I think it's a thing of figuring out who to play with who. Because even if we do put Jackson out there, I think Jackson would benefit in some way from some guy from having like a a veteran presence out there that could kind of help him on that front court be where he's supposed to be. Now, who that guy is, I don't know. I haven't seen Willie either, Herminguez. I don't know what he could give us defensively, even though I know the potential of Jackson is like through the roof. But I think it's really it's gonna take a unit effort right now until Jackson fully figures it out. Because this is a young dude. He had problems last year, and now he's going into a new system. You know what I'm saying? That he's got to learn something new that he wasn't taught last year. So you may very well be right in it being Jackson, but I don't know if it's Jackson yet against the Heat, is what I'm saying. Um, I think it's going to take a team effort of knowing where he's deficient at and being able to cover up for that, whatever lineup that we decide to use until we can get to our closing lineup, which I like when we could play that small ball lineup with Ingram, Zion. I saw uh they had Lonzo, Eric Bledsoe, and either Josh Hart or JJ Redick. That lineup actually was pretty impressive defensively and offensively. So I liked our closing lineup, but that main meat and potatoes lineup we're gonna run for the game for as a second unit, we're gonna have to see Q, but it's gonna take a team effort based on the lineup that Stan Van Gundy puts out there, and I think Josh Hart is gonna kind of have to be the catalyst for that defensively because that's probably gonna be our best defensive player in that lineup on our second unit.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out, my friend. I mean, there's still a lot of players that hadn't played tonight, man, and we can see what they're gonna do down the line. And like I said, I think they're intrigued by Jackson Hayes. You know, he was
I am
looking.
too.
I want to see what he can do, man. Before we go, because I like Willie Hernan Gomez, but he's more offensive than anything. But he can be a deterrent sometimes in the paint. He's damn near 7 feet tall, and but you know he's known more, and he can make some defensive plays for you. But he's more offensive than defensive. And Jackson, at this stage of his career, is mostly defensive. He runs the floor really well. He just needs to clean up some stuff. And he already admitted in several interviews that Steven Adams is actually helping him. You know,
Oh yeah,
and Adams, and some people credit Steven Adams as saying he's the strongest player in the NBA. Well, guess what? If he's working with Jackson Hayes, that should actually help him greatly improve his strength, which is something that we needed Jackson Hayes to do last year. It's kind of light in the ass, so hopefully pick up a few pounds here or there and working with Steven Adams to get that strength game together. He'll help him out, man, seeing the game plan and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to seeing a jump from Jackson Hayes as a potential backup big coming off that bench.
he's definitely he is our backup big, and I don't think nothing he does far as like today or if he has some tough games, it's gonna change that because I mean the dude is a number 8 pick, like, and he's just 20. So he didn't play ball much in high school. They just threw him in with Texas, so he's got a lot to learn, bro. And I like the fact that we got Steven Adams for 3 years to
Mm-hmm.
be able to build him up.
Yep.
And that's where his potential is. If Jackson Hayes can just be a guy that plays amazing defense, and let's say he never really develops an offensive game, but he just does the fundamental stuff okay and run the floor, Pelicans will be fine with that. I would be fine with that. That's basically what we need. We don't need a whole bunch of scoring from him, but he got to rebound and he's got to know how to box out. He's got to know how to position himself defensively. He already knows how to get blocks. He has enough athleticism to be able to do that. He just needs to know not when to leave his feet. He looks like he's gotten better at not getting so many ticky tack fouls. I'm seeing improvements from him, but he's still got to learn, man. And when he's out there with that second unit, I think it would benefit him of having somebody out there that can help him do some of those fundamental things of being positioned right. I'm sure they're doing it, you know, in when you're at the free throw line and when you got a little time here, timeouts, and you walking up the court and telling them things. But he just needs to fully understand the fundamentals because he has all the talent and the attributes in the world, man. Dude, jump out the gym. He obviously has gotten stronger because I didn't see people pushing him around like they were pushing him last year, even though he don't look that much bigger than me, but I can tell he's gotten stronger. But it's still a process and you got to keep growing, Q. So
Yep.
I hope he is who you say he is. I would be excited for that, but I just think that expectation is going to be a little bit deeper into the season when we're going to start seeing that expand with some time.
Yeah, I love it though. I think Jackson Hayes is going to be a guy that really helps out. I love the fact that Steven Adams is here so he can learn from him. That'll be really good to have there to help him see the game a little bit better. And Steven Adams is kind of thrown off if you haven't noticed. I mean, he's definitely
blah,
thrown
blah,
off.
blah, blah,
Yeah,
all that good stuff.
Right. He's thrown off, but in a good way. You know what I mean? He's
I
thrown
like
off.
Steven
Yeah,
Adams,
he's thrown off, but in the good way though. But man, listen, man, this Pelican club, they took it tonight, 113-99 against the Raptors. Miami Heat are coming up on Friday, early Friday, and we'll see what's going on. Now, before we bounce out, I'm gonna take maybe a comment from the chat or so. I think I seen something pique my interest right there early on. Big ups to let me see, who was it that threw a question in there? Who was asking me something there? Melanin God, I think they said, true, the PELS are already deep. I'm just really intrigued by Didi. Okay, Didi Luzada. They was asking about Didi. What's going on with Didi Luzada? I don't know if Didi comes over this year. I think he's staying where he is. Yeah,
I think he's a backup plan for Josh Hart because their games are similar. Let's say for whatever reason we sign Lonzo Ball, but we can't re-sign Josh Hart. Me being optimistic, I would like both of them, but me being a realist, I think one of those guys out of both of them, one of them we're not going to get. And the Pelicans have basically placed themselves to be able to replace with whatever one they don't get. You got Kiera, if it's Lonzo, and Didi to me would be their backup plan if Josh Hart is out.
All right. Well, we appreciate y'all, man. As the music is playing, the show is over. Man, I'd like to thank all of y'all for chiming in for this installment of the Pelican Post-Game Report. And we will be back for the Friday edition, Christmas edition of the Pelican Post-Game Report as well. So I'd like to say happy holidays to you and yours and your family from the Pelican Post-Game Report. We'll see you later. Go PELS! Peace.
Peace.
Remington Tax Solutions is a company that, together with their partners, provide virtual tax consultation and preparation for individuals, small business, and nonprofit. They also provide notary and a host of other business-related services for their clients. Their associates provide a systematic yet very client-centered approach to their services. They offer the industry knowledge and insight to help solve your most complex tax issues. At Remington, their currency is time, the one resource that cannot be replenished. For that reason, they utilize the simplest and most effective forms of technology to make their services faster and more efficient. No need to wait in the office until your taxes are completed. Simply upload your documents via the Taxes to Go app or via their client portal, and they'll take care of the rest. Remington Tax Solutions is a member of the National Association of Tax Professionals and participates in the IRS Annual Filing Season Program, which is a voluntary tax education program to stay abreast of the ongoing changes in tax legislation. Remington Tax Solutions has a strong connection to the communities in which they serve. It is a part of their mission to make a positive impact on the lives of their neighbors. So, if you're looking for a reliable, effective, and trustworthy tax preparation service, Remington Tax Solutions is the business for you. Contact Remington Tax Services at their number 682-307-4410 or simply go to remingtontax.com. That's remingtontax.com. Remington Tax Service, virtual tax preparation for the individual and small business.
Get straight sports talk from the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.
Homebistro.com. Freshly prepared, home delivered, restaurant quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50 plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commit. Welcome to the One Shop Gourmet Food Delivery, specializing in affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed need. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from homebistro.com? Restaurant quality made with natural ingredients delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering, and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with homebistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with homebistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study. Applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables also prolong shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you